Hey everyone, today I'm breaking down a fake toll scam that's been going around. I'll show you what the scam looks like, how it tricks people, and how to spot the differences of the real and fake website. So first, we're going to kind of go over what we're going to talk about in this video in case there's things you want to skip through. Um, Today's topics is breaking down the scam message and spotting all the red flags. The scammer's website, key red flags that you need to know, how the real toll website looks, what's the difference, exploring the real toll payment page and spotting the differences between the fake and the real, and then a URL showdown where we compare the legitimate toll website versus the scam website. So here I have the message that I received from the scammer. The first thing off the bat that I noticed that's very off about this message is the +44 phone number. It actually is a UK number. So the first thing that pops up in my mind is why is the government, right, calling me or messaging me from a UK number? That just it's off. It doesn't sound right. So now let's move on to the message itself. So I'm going to read out the whole message and then I'm going to explain some things that just don't sit well with me. So it says final notice, unpaid tolls. You must pay your tolls by March 1st, 2025 to avoid late fees and penalties, including but not limited to vehicle registration suspended, may be fined, impact your credit score. This is the website. Please take immediate action to settle your balance. Thanks for your cooperation. And then what looks to be like a bunch of numbers. So I love how they use the word final notice. Like they're threatening. Like it's a fear tactic. It's you need to do this now. No, no you don't. Okay? And by doing this final notice, they're scaring you even more by saying you might get fined, a credit score impact, or your vehicle might get suspended to pressure you, the victim, into acting quickly. So I could see you being fined. I could see your vehicle registration possibly being suspended. Impact on your credit score, I'm not 100% sure if something like that would really happen. Also, another thing in the message, it says please. And the way they write please is not that's not how you do that. Especially coming from a professional company, that's unprofessional and informal writing. And the thanks as well is the same. Also, you do realize there's no commas and there's no periods. So the grammar is not good. Another thing I did notice is the number at the very bottom, that 0301-5 and so forth. So in this number, uh, it does not make sense at all. I did look up the tolls, like what kind of number they would put at the bottom. It does say that they would actually be using a 9-digit account number, so it's a number you'd be familiar with. So this right there just does not add up. One last thing I would like to mention in this is that a notice from a legitimate toll company would include details like the location of the unpaid toll, the exact date, the amount due. This message does not do that. So, for example, if this was a legitimate message, it would say, hey, you were at the George Washington Bridge at January 2nd, 2024 at 3:30 in the morning. It doesn't say anything like that. So that is my last suspicion with that one. Now we can kind of move on to the next phase. This next phase is going to be the scammer's website and the red flags for their website. So here we have the website. I did open it. I do not recommend anybody to ever open a text message from a scammer. Please don't do that. I would highly advise against it. So, when you click on this, the website pops up. Notice how there's nothing to click. I scroll down, I can't click on any of those things. I do want to mention at the very bottom where it says the 2021 Sun Pass, that is literally copied and pasted from the legitimate website. Sometimes you can get away with mistakes, which we will look at that one when we go to the real website. So you do notice mistakes where like they'll say, maybe they'll put INC instead of like just Sun Pass and then the little copyright oh my God, symbol. Sometimes they'll add extra stuff or the grammar would be wrong. But anyways, as I'm scrolling back and forth here, like I'm not able to do anything. I did try to click on the right top corner and it did not open anything for me. The only thing I could do is literally click and start to type. So I can press continue. Essentially, what happens after you press continue is it will ask you to verify yourself, as if it's trying to do a security verification and tell you what's your card number, what's your this. Sometimes it'll ask for very personal information like your SS number. Obviously, I don't think the tolls are going to be asking you for something like that. So just do be careful. Now, I will say that they are a little bit spot on with this website because it technically looked very, very, very similar to the tolls website. So now that we know what the scam looks like, what the message was, let's actually take a look at the real toll website. Now, I won't be able to get a real message because I've never gotten a real message from the toll before. I'm not necessarily sure that they do text you. So let's go ahead and take a look. So here, first thing first, when I click on the website, there's a lot more for me to see on the website. I can actually click on things and it opens pages for me when I click on them, which makes this more exciting. I know I did scroll through just a little fast on the ending part. But that bottom part where we were talking about, where it said like the 2021 Sun Pass and all that, it is actually a copy and paste from there. You can also see like the quick links, partner links, security, privacy. That is all copied and pasted from there, especially that little Florida CMX and all that. So, or I'm sorry, GMX and Expressway. That was all copied from there. I do click on privacy policy. It did do something, so that to me makes it seem like it was legit. I was able to look at their policy. And now what we're going to do is we're going to look at the Real Tools website payment page. So I looked up the website. The first thing it asked me, are you a SunPass account holder? You know what? That does sound like it could possibly be the real page. It's asking me something reasonable. So I would tell them yes or no. I chose to say no. And then it asked me for making a payment, toll enforcement invoice. If you have received a toll enforcement invoice and would like to make a payment, complete the fields below and select lookup. So the invoice number. This is another key thing here that I actually just noticed as we're talking. It says enter number only, numbers only. So I did realize that back in that video, there was actually more than just numbers. There was letters too. And we have to remember it's going to be 9 digits and that would not match. Plate number. This looks legitimate. With a little bit of common sense, we can say, hey, we're trying to make a payment and it's asking me for the invoice number and my plate number. So when you press look up here, it's going to show you that invoice. That fake website didn't do any of that. It just went straight to pay us now, right? That doesn't sound right. You can even look it up by different ways. Another nice thing that helped me realize this is actually a legitimate website is um, you see how it's showing you the track citations? It's actually going down and showing you a sample, which is nice. I can also click on links as well in this. So I feel like this is what helps me realize it's more legitimate than the other one. So now we are down to the final part of this video. And This is the URL showdown. So we're comparing the legit toll website versus the scam site. Here I have Notepad opened. I pasted the real URL address so we can look at it as well as the fake one. Um, when you look at the URLs, sometimes they will use things that is slightly different from the real thing. So let's say that somebody was taking this real one and trying to make it as close to the real one as they could, right? They could literally write www.sun 8A and then I don't know, money sign, or 55. And you wouldn't really know the difference, especially if it was a 55. Like, it would look so close to being the real website. They do that. That's very common. But in our situation, this is like totally different, right? The website is DAIMA dot. I don't even know what all of this stuff is. So I think there's the world in here, far, stuff like that. Also, by chance, when I did press enter underneath the fake one, it shows me quality women's leather shoes. I thought we were paying tolls, not looking at quality women leather shoes, but I guess. So just a quick recap. If you get a spam message or a scam message, report it. If you're getting them constantly, call your carrier. Tell them I'm getting a lot of scam messages. What can I do? Um, Another thing is stop giving your phone numbers out. Like, I'm sorry, forgive me, but if you go on a website, like let's say, for example, I have a clothing website and you go on my website, you put in my phone, like your phone number for my website, and you're like, oh, I want to join this website because I want to get text messages for deals. Well, guess what? You didn't read the terms of conditions, did you? I bet you didn't, because you know what? Those terms and conditions, they're playing you right now. They are my terms and conditions are I can sell your phone number to anybody I want. And I could give your personal information away. And that's really important that you take care of your phone number because that is your life. Literally, our phones are our life, and that's how I'm comparing your phone number. Uh, so just don't do that to yourself, guys. There's many more examples that I could go over. Of course, I will go over them in the future. Um, Also, whenever there's like a scam like this, my best advice to you is to actually go to the legitimate website. So, like the tolls, right? If you have their number stored in your phone, call them up. Be like, "Hey, I got a text from you guys saying that I owe you tolls, or sign into your account and check it out." That's like literally the easiest way to even tell this is fake, other than all those very obvious signs, right? Um, Also, look at the URL. It doesn't hurt, just to see how, like in this example, it was www.sunpass.com versus there's no www. It doesn't even make sense. It has no recognition of being anything related to SunPass. And finally, before I let you guys off into the world again, I will be posting some links for the FTC. They are the Federal Trade Commission. They are a governmental organization that really takes care of helping us figuring out like what's real, what's not. They kind of stay up to date with the different things. The one FTC link that I will post will be about the unpaid tolls. They might go more into depth than I will. I was just doing kind of like a voice to talk. And then the second one will be how to recognize and report spam text links, which I think is very important because that is something we all need to know. And as always, guys, I hope you have a lovely day. You are safe and You don't let anybody take advantage of you because that is your hard-earned money, no matter how you got it. Okay?